Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I'm Dave. In this video, we're going to be talking about Season 8, Episode 13 of The Walking Dead, titled Do Not Send Us Astray. For some reason, I thought it was Don't Lead Me Astray. I put it as our title in our reaction video that we uploaded earlier on this week. It's Do Not Send Us Astray. Such a twat sometimes. So this episode was a really good one. Better than last week's, and I don't think we would get one for a while that was better, you know, than last week's with the car chase, Negan and Rick, all that stuff. But we got some great stuff in this episode. The threat of the walkers in this episode I loved, reminding me of the older seasons where, you know, the walkers were more of a threat. It was an episode that stood out because it was at night time, there was a war, but it wasn't just action. And that's what I like. I said that last week. When it's not just action. I mean, I like it when there's a few scares. I like it when there's good dialogue, all that stuff. And this episode had that. So first I want to go over the stuff with Morgan and Gavin. Morgan seeing the ghost of Gavin. Which is kind of creepy as hell, I must say. I said in our reaction, it might have been a pet cemetery. But yeah, I mean, I found it quite funny in the reaction because he just won't leave Morgan alone. He's like going on and on and on. And it's like, damn, Morgan, you've been spending way too much time with Gavin. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing of this is like, Morgan should have killed Gavin and it would have saved Henry from killing him. Which has now put Henry in a bad spot because he's so young. He wants to kill everyone. Morgan feels that guilt. And that's all it is about, really. That's kind of been the theme of Morgan's story, really. From the pilot, from season 1, the pilot episode. When he saw his wife Jenny, and he should have put her down because, you know, if he would have, then Dwayne wouldn't have died. And then in season 3, when Rick meets up with Morgan again, you know, he tells him, he's like, I should have done it, I was supposed to. And then that's where he started clearing. And I'm pretty sure he was probably with a group as well, a few people that had turned. Because on the walls where he was staying back in season 3, in King County, he had like put all the stuff and was like, this person turned, and he put a load of names. So I think there's a lot of struggles with Morgan, but they always come back to him when he needs to do the right thing and him not going through with it and then living with that regret. I mean, I really love his story. When he said to Rick in season 3 that the weak people, the people like me, we inherit the earth. Basically, it's like he's making all these decisions and he should have done this, should have done that, and it's getting other people messed up and killed. And then he's the one who has to live with it. And now it's really getting to him. And it's going to be interesting to see in the next few episodes. Only 3 left, sadly. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Morgan and how he bows out of the show and goes into fear. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Now, Simon, Dwight and the Saviours. Simon is a lucky bastard. And not just by what happened in this episode. I mean, the fact that Jadis has Negan as well. Because if Negan was back at the Sanctuary, that's it. Simon would be done for. So it's only a matter of time for Simon. I'm really liking his character. And I think Steve Nogg's doing a great job. And I'm looking forward to seeing his comeuppance. Like a lot of people have said this in our comments too. I'm looking forward to seeing his comeuppance. But at the same time, he's such an interesting character. Like, I want to see more. But like, his character won't go past this season because I think it will run its course. And you know what? He will be a character that will be remembered. I mean, people will talk about this character in seasons' time just because of the great performance by Steve Nogg and how much of an impact he had on All Out War. So I loved all the dialogue between Maggie and Simon and Dwight. I thought all that was great. I mentioned it in our prediction video. Simon has a way with words, I must say that, but Maggie does not hold back, telling him that I'll kill all 38 of your men if you don't stand down. But Simon's like, I don't give a shit. They're used goods. If they can't defend themselves, they're going to get themselves captured. Then take her out. Then we have Daryl ride through on his bike with a gun. That was a very cool scene. Absolutely loved that. Typical Daryl. And there's something I want to get into with Daryl in this episode as well again, and same with this half of the season, is that he's getting much more dialogue and I'm really liking it. I am really liking it. What he says, like the conversation between him and Tara, and even during the end, when he talks to them about, you know, and Tara thinks she's infected and whatnot. That one specific conversation with Tara is so cool because Tara actually mentions the governor. She kind of owns up to it, like, yeah, I was once on the other side with the governor. But you have Daryl mention Merle and how him and Merle would have been with the Saviours, like, or someone like the Saviours, you know, if he would have stuck with Merle. Because Merle was just one of those, you know, he didn't really give a shit about anyone. And not as bad as Simon, I suppose, or Negan, but, I mean, not too far off Negan, if you know what I mean. I mean, Merle wasn't a good person, we can say that. He wasn't a good person. Badass character, but he wasn't a good person. But I just love how they bring that kind of stuff up. Bringing up stuff like that when it actually means something too. Like, it's relevant. It's not brought up out of nowhere and random. I'm kind of glad that Daryl brought Merle up because he doesn't really bring him up. I mean, I think he brought him up last season once. I think it was last season. I might be mistaken, but I mean, I just love it because we didn't get that. We don't really get that of him. We know he likes to bottle up his feelings and shit, that's why. It's just so refreshing to see Daryl talk more, have conversations with people. We know that he's on a run next episode with Rosita. We'll be doing that in our prediction video later on this week. I'm expecting there more dialogue from him too. I mean, it's not just grunting and short sentences, it's actually now conversations. We have needed that. So we had that great comic moment where the headlights come on, Simon's a dumbass, and Morgan said it in our prediction video. He's a bit of a twat, really, because he walks out like in plain sight. And I know it's dark, but still, I mean, come on. In plain sight, he just walks out. I mean, all together. Someone only had to have a grenade, you know? Goodbye, saviours. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but, I mean, the headlights come on and they all get shot at. Simon's at the front. He gets away somehow. Him and Negan, man, they get away from everything, didn't they? But this is where Rick Grimes comes out, and I mean, he has, I think, his hatchet, and he's just taking out saviours, like, taking them out, dodging them and taking them out, and it's like, this is the best Rick's ever been by far. Loved Rick in this episode. I absolutely loved him. This second half of the season, I mean, and next episode too, the murder jacket's back out, which everyone's going on about. I just can't wait. I mean, I can't wait. This is the Rick. This Rick here is the best Rick. He's out for blood. We have Daryl, who sees Simon and Dwight at one point sneaking around, and they're off to go kill Tara. Simon's off to go kill Tara, and Daryl's just like watching on, and there's a saviour who pops up, and he just gets shot in the face. I mean, Daryl didn't even care. He just I think he calls out Tara's name, and then the saviour jumps out, and it's like Daryl hasn't even really got his eye on him. He just shoots him, and just when Simon's about to kill Tara, Dwight saves the day and shoots her with an arrow, which hasn't got the guts on it, of most likely, because during the episode she's not burning up. Everyone else has already turned in the night and got sick. She's okay, and I know they tried to leave it off in this like cliffhanger, like is she infected or not, but I mean, to me it's pretty obvious she's not. Let's talk about Tobin, and it's a shame Morgan can't be here for this. Tobin died, and the beast in him woke up. Boss Walker Tobin turned a majority of the hilltop. I mean, I'm not surprised, obviously, you can see me now, not surprised. I've always known Tobin was a boss. Me and Morgan knew it from day one when he pulled Carol. Alexandra's safe because of him. Judith was safe because of him. And now he's gone. Rest in peace, Tobin. In all seriousness, I did like the scene between him and Carol, and you knew right then he was dead. You knew it because he was talking about hope, and they had this heart to heart. And when characters have that, they die. It's the thing that happens in The Walking Dead. But yeah, damn, Tobin as a walker was taking on everyone. He was killing everyone. And then Carol was finally the person to put him down, which is fitting, I suppose, because that was the highlight of his story. So I did enjoy that. And Jason Douglas got to bow out of The Walking Dead in the best way possible. He got a few good stories, and he was a really good minor character. And he also got to go out as a walker, but not any walker, Boss Walker. That reminds me, there's one part during the war when Tobin gets stabbed, and Sadiq's trying to help him and stuff. And then you have Rick, who's just about to accidentally mistaken Sadiq for a saviour. The look on Sadiq's face is like, I'm done for today. First I got this doctor woman here who's treating me like shit, and now I got Rick who's nearly killed me. Give me a break. So let's talk about Henry in this episode, little Henry. I do agree with people. He was a little shit. He doesn't listen to anyone, doesn't listen to his parents, Ezekiel and Carol. He's wanting guns, he's wanting to kill people. Morgan's feeling the guilt of that, obviously, for putting it onto him, but there's a much bigger part to Morgan's story. It's not just Henry. Now, during the episode, I actually said I like this kid. I thought he was going to kill Jared, and I was like, Jared's going to step up and he's going to kill him. And it still makes him little shit for not listening, but I mean, Jared's such a prick. I just want him dead. I hate that guy so much. But instead, he threatens to kill him all, which is, it's not good. And this leads to Jared and a few saviours getting away, and it's like, well done, Henry. Well done. You could have done the same thing outside the cage. You didn't have to go inside the cage, you know? What was the point? One story in this episode too that I really liked is the thing about Maggie and the cost. The cost of people. And it's something Rick spoke about. Daryl spoke about it last episode. About, you know, I don't really care who was involved. I just wanted Negan dead. It's an ongoing thing, really. I think a lot of the hatred towards Negan from these characters is getting the best of them. Daryl tried to kill Negan. He failed. We had Rick, who went off on the plan last episode, and he didn't get Negan killed. He couldn't kill him. We had Sasha at the end of last season, who tried to, you know, go in there and kill Negan, take him out, and in the process she got captured and then she died. Rosita, she tried to kill Negan there on the spot. It got Olivia killed and then it got Eugene captured. So I'm noticing something here. I mean, they're letting the anger, and they want to kill Negan so bad to the point where other people are dying. And I like that when you saw how many graves there were at first compared to at the end. And then it really shows you Maggie's like the cost. Like, it's really bothering her now. It's getting to her. Especially now with Henry gone. And also Rick too. You see Rick in the background. And I think Rick's thinking about it and thinking about what Carl said. But at the same time, he's really struggling with it. And he's right at this moment, he's not listening to it. He's like, you know what, I'm blocking it out. Because when he sees Sadiq, he can't even look at him. He can't even talk to him because it reminds him of Carl. Carl saved you and he died. My son died for you. He can't even look at him. He doesn't even want to think about that. I think Rick's mind right now is, we kill Negan, that's it. I'm not thinking about anything else. I mean, he won't even speak to Michonne, which is a big thing. He's always spoke to Michonne. Michonne's always been there for him. He's just on this mission right now. And something's going to change him. Whether it's the letter from Carl or something to do with Morgan. I mean, the way Morgan's ended up, Rick might see how Morgan's turned out. And it might be a wake-up call, really. I mean, Morgan's gone crazy for me. And you saw how, like, kind of normal he was back when he tried to capture people, when he tried to capture the wolf, Alpha Wolf in season 6. And And everyone was going mad at him for it, and the fans just didn't like it at all. But, I mean, he was sane, wasn't he? He was, like, normal. He wasn't crazy. You guys know what I mean. I think it might change Rick's mind a bit. Might be a wake-up call. And also Carl's letter, too. So other than the sad death of Tobin, I mean, we've got another Alexandrian who's been there from the beginning since season 5. I forgot his name again. Was it Bruce? I think it's Bruce. So, yeah, we lost 2 original Alexandrians, Tobin and Bruce. And if his name's not Bruce, then I want to call him Bruce anyway. He looks like a Bruce, so fuck it. Also, that one guy goes to Maggie and he even says to her, like, Greggy did stuff for himself. You don't do that. You do it for the people. And that's what made her wake up too. That's when she realised, like, you can see the look on her face. Lauren Cohan does a great job. Like, she realises right there and then, that she needs to stop thinking about herself and her hatred for Negan and going after him, and start thinking about her people and pulling together. So this really was a great episode. I mean, it was scary. The threat of the walkers were back. And I've noticed Angela Kang really likes writing like these nighttime episodes, like when it's dark. Just something I've noticed. When I say Angela Kang, I keep thinking I'm saying Angela King, but I'm doing it in a Rick accent, so I'm saying Angela Kang. Am I the only one who's like that? I'm just too much into The Walking Dead, I suppose. Yeah, I can really imagine Rick Graham saying Angela Kang, and it's meant to be King. Just like he calls King Ezekiel Kang Ezekiel. So yeah, that's why I have to say this episode. It was a really good one. I really, really enjoyed it. This second half of the season is so good. I'm absolutely loving it. Next week looks even better. Like, seriously, it looks that good. I mean, you got Rick and Morgan together again. Like, come on. That's a good episode. It's automatically good. 3 episodes left, and it's really sad. Tobin's died, and there's 3 episodes left. Can it get any worse? Can it really get any fucking worse? So yeah, leave your thoughts down below about this episode. I'm pretty sure there's more things that people caught. You know, we're not the best at this, me and Morgan. We don't notice every single little detail. There's people in the comments sometimes, they put something and I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave it a like, share it around, and as always, cheers for watching. Daryl was such a cool character. I mean, if you hate him or what, like, he always pulls out. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, that's a good thing to say. That is. Daryl always pulls out. Yeah, fucking great.